be installing these plastic cedar shakes. Your Discovery half-round shingle. Back of the carton are the instructions. If you nail them or screw them, you got to make sure you don't go too tight. Too tight, everything gets crimped. Typically used in the eaves of a house. Left over from a job, so I'm putting them on the shed. On the ends, they interlock. Put a nail and screw here, and then the next one slides in. They kind of slip in and then click into place. You run a plumb line from the peak and then square off of that. On the base shingle, I'm going to center it between these two reveals. I'll mark where the cut's going to go on each side. The square, I'll cut the straight line. Next piece, I'll stagger back, and then the next one forth. Cut's pretty easy with a sharp saw. Oftentimes you can use these end pieces in other areas. Cut on both sides, it'll fit between the boards. Level, make sure everything stays straight. Nail or screw right in the center hole. Pivot it back and forth to get it straight. Of course, double check it with a level. Don't hammer it on too tight because the lip has to catch the other shingle. Next shingle, we'll make sure everything is centered. The edge on the bottom of the shingle will connect in here. Drag everything up until it catches. Fastener in the center hole. Checking with the level to make sure everything's straight. Walking your way up until you get to the top. The key part is the top and final piece. You need to cut this contour up here, secure the top piece. The box is a template. The sides off. Cut one angle at a time, cutting it to the catch of the other shingle here. Got a template that we can work with now. Template that will line up to the catch. Make sure that the shingle lines up at the proper spot too. And make the marks on either side so we can cut off the ends first. The ends off. You cut our angle next. Push the cardboard into the tab, make sure it's square. This is the piece that needs to come off. Mark it, then we'll cut it, place it in. Make sure everything is connected into the groove, because the last thing you want is get all the way down there and find out that one isn't. I had this one on zipper yesterday, so I had to take all these down and then reconnect it. Let's make sure this hook on the back is completely locked in. Modify the template again and get our top piece cut. Make sure everything fits as it should. Make sure it's lined up on this edge. Push the template into the notch. This notch up there that I've got to make sure I transfer the angles. Cut off this little portion of a shingle to make it look a little more natural. It ends on a full shingle. Notch cut, so we'll go ahead and put everything in. Make sure everything hooks and latches in. At the top, I'm gonna put a screw in the seams, and then I'm gonna cover it with white caulk, or you could just use white screws. Easier to hide these screws right here in these little corners. I put them in tight, then I backed it out a little bit until all the plastic relaxed. Be nice and protected, and I'd say it's a little bit more charming.